I'm here on TikTok. So that way, if you guys would like to get a ticket and miss it, there you go. So let me go through and see who is in my my live list already. How about that? Because I know that there were a few of you. I only do a certain number of these, guys, so if you're wanting to get one, you better snag one quickly. If you never had your tea leaves read, it's a little different online like this, but same thing. This is with a tea that I make specifically for these things like this. It has a little bit of everything in it. So that way I know exactly where you're at, what's going on, etc. I also have a specific cup I use for this. If you guys have never seen anybody do tea leaf readings, normally you do them in person. You drink the tea out of a cup like this, but it's a little different online. So what I'm going to do when it comes to this, I will put the tea in the cup. This is my baby. She goes back in the box every time, so she's nice and protected. And then I will flip it on here. This has all the zodiacs around it. It is a very unique form of divination. This is kind of my own twist on it. Normally you read the tea leaves in the cup, but I read them on here. So, so I'm going to hit my guest list. I only have 25 tickets available, and it looks like 16 of them are already gone. So let me see how many are actually left, because sometimes they're in charts. All right. So I only have about 5 tickets left. If you guys would like to get one, you might grab one really quickly. And like I said, if you guys miss your reading, it is live on YouTube right now, and it is live on Facebook. So there you go. All right. So here are my first 5. Okay. I have Miss Alicia. I have Miss Jennifer. I have Carrie, Christine Carver, and Michael. And then, well, actually, yeah. And then I have Miss Lorianne Brown and so on. I haven't done one of these in a while. I love doing them, so I will do some more. If you guys would like to get a ticket, just go to, oh, I didn't put it on my link tree, did I? I'm a terrible, terrible person. So, but if you go to thebluebodie.com and go to events, you can snag a ticket. They may already be on. My list fills up really quickly. In fact, it should be on my link tree to register for one of my events. So anytime you guys see that I have a live event, I do a live every Thursday, usually every Friday, and every Sunday. Fridays vary a little bit. Sometimes I do mediumship reads, and sometimes I don't. So if you go to my link tree, the very top thing says pre-register for one of Bodie's lives. You can grab your ticket right there. All right, Miss Alicia, let me grab tea and we'll get going. You're fine. Dirty spoon. So the tea that I use smells like double mint gum and tastes like double mint gum. I don't have it on my site yet, but I will. It smells amazing. I'm not going to lie, and it's making me want gum. So this is for Alicia. So here's how I do these. I put tea in here. I let it sit for just a minute. Smell the mint. I grew up chewing double mint gum. My grandpa always had it, so it's like a very comforting smell for me. I will get it on the website. I've just been a little selfish with it, trying it out, because this tea in particular it's a powerhouse tea. Not only does it have all kinds of mint in it, it has spearmint, it has peppermint. It also has some catnip in it, which is a mint, but it also has all kinds of other things in it, such as ginger, it has some echinacea, it has some chrysanthemum, but this tea is a powerhouse tea for heart conditions, for blood pressure, for diabetes, all the things. And I've been testing it out before I put it on there. So, all right, ready, Miss Alicia? So here's why I do it the way I do it. There's still some in here, and there's some on here. And I'm going to put it down like this so you guys can kind of see. Now, you guys on YouTube and Facebook won't get to see as well. So let's start with what's here, and then we're going to look here because this is the internal stuff that's still going on. Ooh. All right. So I'm just going to tilt this up slightly so you guys can kind of see, because I don't want to move anything. First of all, let me say this, that I'm really proud of you, Alicia, because see all of this over here? This is stretched between two earth signs. The vast majority of it is right here. So this has its good and its bad. So let me start with the good. The good is that you have really worked on and become extremely grounded in who you are and where you're going. Now, I know it may not feel like that all the time, but you've gotten to the point where you're like, you know what? This is my path. I'm going to walk it. And you've owned who you are. The bad part is that it makes you a little stubborn in some things because you get so set in going one way that you forget to look at the other aspects of things. So it's good and it's bad. But here's the thing. You have a couple of interesting aspects out like this. In fact, right here, you have this interesting little ballerina. And it stretches up here to the Virgo. So you have so here's the thing. This little, and I'll try to show you. It'll be upside down for you guys. But right here, this is totally in the shape of a little ballerina on its toe. That tells me that there's a lot of inner child work there that either you've been ignoring or you don't realize is there. This is some aspect of you that you never fully got to realize when you were younger. So there's also a little crown right here next to it. It's kind of cool. You never got to be the princess that you wanted to be when you were younger. There are some things there that you need to go back through and pay attention to and appease that part of you, because you being super grounded in who you are over here is fantastic, but you're losing out on some great, just absolutely valuable healing time as far as your inner child goes. What's funny is you have a little line that's stretching over here to Virgo, which tells me that you're overthinking your path. You're overthinking your healing. So, the good thing is this right here has a very thick base, and it tells me you have a very, very strong support system. A very strong support system. So bottom line, you're very grounded in who you are. You have an amazing support system. You tend to overthink your healing and your path a lot. And I have a feeling that it's getting better because this starts to fade. It starts to fade as it goes toward the Virgo. But then you have this ballerina and this crown right here, which tells me that you have a lot of your own inner child work that you're not really paying attention to. So let's look at this. Okay, so I'll hold this back so hopefully you guys on YouTube and so on can see it. See where the vast majority of this is? It's up here by Mercury. This is your communication. The vast majority of it is up here and over here by Jupiter, which is your personal power. So this right here tells me that you really, really, first of all, you value communication. It's how you get your personal power across to other people, but it's slacking. See the little, there's a tine that comes up there and a tine that comes down there. It's starting to slack. So something is hindering your communication lately. I know that we're in retrograde right now. I know Mercury is in retrograde, but the fact that this is starting to split here, I have a feeling is a very, very frustrating thing for you. It does have a lot up here by your moon, which tells me that you're doing some shadow work, and it's, as you can see, it's starting to stretch up that way. So it tells me that you've got some shadow work that's coming up, whether you like it or not. Like it's, yeah, it's going to happen. So I hope that made sense. I hope that made sense. And like I said, if you guys miss your reading, if you have signed up on the site and you miss your reading, I am on YouTube and Facebook right now. So that way you guys can go back and watch it. Or if you just don't forget, because I know it's a lot when you get a reading like this. Thank you, love. So my next is Jennifer Forch. Am I saying that right? Forch? Yeah. So let me grab a paper towel so I can wipe this out correctly, and we'll do Jennifer. All right. We don't want anybody else's reading affecting the next one. No, I just wipe them out because nobody's. It's easy to get it all up here. I absolutely love this. You guys have no idea. Like if I had a whole set of just these, yeah, I'd do that all the time. All right. So, Miss Jennifer, you ready? And if you guys haven't paid attention to my mods, tomorrow evening, I have an auction of some of my personal collection, some of my jewelry that has just been sitting. It's time for other people to enjoy it. I also have a ton of stones. I have the cow head that so infamously smacked me in the fucking head. If you guys would like to bid on said cow head, you can tomorrow because I need her gone. All right. We ready? We ready? So yes, I do. So when I do a reading, I have my trash can right here. So I wipe everything out completely and I throw it away because I don't want anybody's reading getting into someone else's. That makes sense? Like I don't want cross contamination. So Miss Jennifer, you ready? Oh, you're fighting with yourself, aren't you? Here's why I said that. We'll talk about this in a minute. See the line? That's straight down from your Mars. That's straight down the middle. You're totally fighting with yourself. I think we're going to start with the cup first, and then we'll go to that. So, love, you are absolutely fighting with yourself. Not only are you absolutely fighting with yourself, but for some reason, whatever is going on with you, your communications and your emotions are split. So it's like, even though your words are working correctly, you're communicating, you're able to articulate the things that you need to say, but for some reason your emotions are not matching up with your communication. So when you're trying to get across, hey, I'm really upset about this because XYZ, you're saying I'm pissed off because ABD. You see the difference? Like it's just not. I don't know what's up here. I don't know what's up here. So yeah, I was instantly drawn to the teacup. The other thing I find interesting too is that there is a big spot right there between the sun and the moon. That also tells me that you're warring with yourself. It tells me that your personality, your outside self, the things that you put out to everybody is kind of warring with your shadow side right now. They're not integrating very well. Okay, now let's look at all this because, So once again, you're having a problem being really direct right here. What I find is really funny is that the majority of this points to Taurus, Gemini, and Cancer. there's a piece on the Cancer and a piece on the Gemini, and you fell. I'm just going to leave you there. But you have a big chunk moving up here toward the Taurus. And again, a line where, this is interesting, you have a line in both of these. There's a line here and a line here. I don't know if you guys can see it very well, but yeah. You have literally drawn a line in the sand, but the thing is, it's your sand. You've drawn a line for you in your sand. And you know that you need to step over the line, but something is keeping you over here. You have a humongous decision that you have to make, and I don't know why. Okay, let me back up. I do know why. I was going to say, I don't know why you're not making it. You're not making it because you're worried about it. It's going to put you out of your comfort zone. And in putting you out of your comfort zone, that removes you from that hard little candy shell you have. And it makes you have to deal with some of these emotions. Girl. What I love about it, though, is once you get over that fear, because everything right here shows me once you get over that fear, it's like you're going to knuckle down and head forward with this change, with the new you. Like, this is a huge change. This is a humongous thing that you have to make this decision on. And I almost said what's funny. I got to quit saying what's funny because it's interesting. It's not funny. What's interesting is that this is something you really, really want, but that fear is holding you back from all of it. Like, that is so interesting that it's a line and a line, a line and a line. So that was for Miss Jennifer Forge. Sweet Pea, I'm going to tell you this, okay? I know a lot of people would tell you, just make the decision and just do it. But here's the thing. Just because I see where this is causing problems with your communication, your emotions, like they're disconnected, etc., honey, take your time, okay? Don't feel like you have to rush this decision, because nothing here is showing me that you need to rush it. Nothing is showing me you need to rush it. Take your time and think it through, because whatever this change is, whatever this shift is, it's so out of your comfort zone and out of the norm that it is going to take you a while to wrap your head around it. And I'm kind of curious which sign you are, because I would bet that you are, if you're not an earth sign, then I would bet that you're either an Aries or a Scorpio, because you are so holding your emotions in and overthinking everything. You could be a Cancer, but I don't think that's right. So, did you say you're a Taurus? Yeah. That's funny, love. All right. Well, Miss Jennifer, I hope this helped, honey. I hope this helped. And like I said, that's Jennifer Forge there. Sweetie, don't push yourself to make this decision. Make it when you're ready, okay? And don't let anybody else. You're a Gemini. Gotcha. Yeah. Don't let anybody force you into making this decision either, okay? So, you can turn that overhead light on if you want to, April.
You sure?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So if you guys haven't been paying attention to my mods, we have a huge auction here tomorrow. We're getting ready for that. All of the things. And there are some very unique opportunities that will be up for auction as well. And I say opportunities as in some specific things to do with me and the Bodhi Wranglers when I'm out and about. All right. So Carrie Beeman, is it Beeman or yeah, Beeman? Beeman. Is it Beeman? All right, Miss Carrie. That one piece of tea was being stubborn. All right. So if you guys want to get on my list, I'm going to take my rings off. If you guys want to get on my list, I do 5 prepaid placements. So that way you know you're going to be one of the first 5. And you don't have to hang around too long. But let me see how many spots I have left. I may not have any spots. Hi there, Carrie. How are you, love? So while I'm waiting for that to reload, we'll load Carrie's tea. If you guys only knew how bad I want to stick a wad of this in my mouth. It smells so good. It would taste like, well, I don't know. Actually, it tastes pretty good. Like, I don't even put any sweetener in this when I drink it. Hi, Tony. How are you? So one of the thing that I use for this spoon right here came from my mom's house. I always remember we used to fight over it as kids. So all right. So I have Carrie. I'm waiting. I'm letting her tea sit for just a minute. So I have Carrie, and then I have Christine Carver, Michael. Well, it says Michael Zolads. Then Lorianne Brown, Angela Wilson, Kimberly Rose, Brittany Budovich, Corey Sierras, and the list goes on. Okay. Those are just the ones right here, right next. Okay. All right. Ready, Miss Carrie? What is up with you? Because the first thing I saw when I looked at this, there's like an angry face. There's an angry dude face right there. And then here, I'm going to try to tilt it up very carefully. There's literally a person right there too. And I'm actually going to look at yours at the same time. I'm going to look at yours at the same time. Because once I saw the face in the cup, I can't unsee it. And what's interesting is the V there. It looks like a downturned mustache to me. The V there. It stretches. It starts at your moon, goes up, and comes right back down to your Mercury. Sweetie, I feel like I need to give you the biggest fucking hug in the history of ever. Because that tells me that you've really been delving down some self-reflection, some shadow work, and so on. Now the line to the moon is huge, but the line to the Mercury, I'm trying not to mess it up by tilting it too far. The line to the Mercury right there is still forming. So it tells me that you've been doing a lot of shadow work, and I think you've come to some realizations that have kind of blown your mind a little bit. Thank you, love. Have kind of blown your mind a little bit. You're starting to learn how to communicate those things better with people around you, but it's got you like, I'm going to sneeze. Try not to sneeze and blow these away. Okay. So here's what I'm seeing. So see the line from the moon, that's super strong. See this here, this is forming. But if this is, see, there's an eye, nose, like this is a downturned mustache. This is literally your mind being blown up here. Okay. This is your sun, this is your Saturn, and this is your feminine aspect. So it's really just kind of got you everywhere. It's got your brain everywhere. Now let's talk about this dude. You kind of had some really shit luck lately, haven't you? Because this right here is all kinds of crazy. It looks like a little dude dancing around, and it just screams of trickster energy. And the mind up here is the same as that. It's kind of like that. I swear this almost looks like a totem, and I can't remember what tribe it's from. He has a very, very triangle head, a wedge-shaped head, very firm body and legs up like that, dancing. He's got arms. So this is really, really, you have some crazy trickster energy going on around you right now. Like, it literally just tells me that your luck has been shit. Your luck has been shit lately. It's been shit, and you haven't really known which way to go, because the top up here is split evenly between Gemini and Capricorn. Like, it's just like that. So let me tell you this. With all of this up here split evenly, and then the head on this mirrors the head in there. So it tells me that whatever this is that's screwing with you, whether you want to call it luck, you want to call it karma, it's someone in particular, whatever it is, I don't see it continuing very far. Because the body here is very firm. The head is very firm. But the legs and the arms are fading. So that tells me that this energy is fading. So these are two separate things with you. This is you internally with the shadow work, with the introspection, and with really diving too far down your own noggin there. But this is outside influence. This is some trickster energy. So like I said, I don't feel like this is going to be staying around very long. I feel like it was like super, super just hardcore craziness. It was not going anywhere, and it started to do this. It's like this is what forced you to start doing this introspection. And now that you're doing the introspection, it's doing this. Where it was here and the introspection was here, it's starting to shift. You see what I'm saying? I see that it's sticking around for just a little bit longer, but I don't see it sticking around a long, long time. And here's the other thing too, because I have a feeling that this has also been some, I'm going to say people, not just a person, but people that have been doing this to you. Just know that on the 4th of June, Saturn goes into retrograde, and that is the karma train. So I'm just saying, choo-choo. Choo-choo. Just know that all the grief that this, I want to say it's like 3 people in particular, that these people have caused you, you're going to get to watch the karma train roll through over the summer. So, just letting you know. But, sweetheart, I do want to let you know, I want to reiterate this again, with that part heading down to Mercury. Once you get the communication in place I think some of it is to let the people around you that are super close to you know how this shadow stuff is affecting you. This will get so much better, because being able to talk it out, even if it's just with a best friend, but be able to say, hey, this is exactly what happened, and get your words out correctly and get the shadow out correctly. This is going to be so much better. I promise. I promise. So anytime we delve down shadow work, if we're not used to having anybody to talk to, and I have a feeling that you have people to talk to, but you've never shared this kind of stuff with them. So just know that it will get a lot better. It will get a lot better. My Capricorn ass has a hard time opening up to anybody. So I totally understand that. I totally understand that, sweetheart. So everybody loves the karma train when it's not theirs. So here's the thing, guys. When Saturn goes into retrograde, that is the karma train. Good and bad. Good and bad. So, all right. Miss Christine Carver, where are you at? Whoa, computer. I don't need you to do that. I need you to work correctly. I need you to work correctly. And if it starts glitching too much, guys, you're so welcome, Miss Carrie, honey. If it starts glitching too much, guys, just know that I am live on YouTube and Facebook. And for those of you guys on YouTube and Facebook, I'm trying to watch the comments when I can, but it's hard for me to see both and the comments here at the same time. But just let me know. I'm just letting you know. Just letting you know that I am trying to watch. I do have mods that are helping as well, guys. So yeah. Oh no. Well, Christine, if you go to YouTube, if you want me to pause for just a minute and go, you can go to YouTube. I do have the comments up on the side of that. So if it's up to you, it's completely up to you. So yeah, in fact, I need to take a pee break anyway. So just saying, it's up to you, Miss Christine. What would you like to do? I have one hair, one stupid. Oh, I got it. I got it. Well, just know, guys, that from now on, there's Christine. From now on, guys, I will be streaming live on Facebook and YouTube every time that I stream on TikTok, unless it's a live and I'm out at a location, because there's been so many times that TikTok has been being wonky. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Miss Christine. Miss Christine said, go take a pee break real quick. So I'm going to take a pee break real quick, and I'll be right back. I'll do Christine, Michael, Lorianne, all of you wonderful peoples. So I'll be right back. All right, back I am. The little Zeus was in the middle of the bed, making sure that he looked super, super cute. So I had to stop and pet the little fat Zeus butt. So, all right. Ready, Miss Christine? Woo. Okay. I'm making sure I'm like looking up here because Christine's over here. All right. The doll in the white dress. Thank you. Let me show you her really quick. So she is actually a hand-painted porcelain doll. She is blue, not black, guys, but she has a blue paint over her on top of the dark blue. So she actually glows this neon blue. And so when I rearrange some things, I will make sure that she has a beautiful spot where she glows. So yeah. All right, Miss Christine. All right. So you ready? I'm going to try to show you this because I want you to see the whole. I hope you can see it on YouTube. Let me pull YouTube up here. So, oh, you can't. Okay. So there we go. See the whole, Christine? This is Taurus up here. So this tells me that you're really trying to be hardcore, hard ass on a subject, but you're a softy inside. Like it's kind of like me saying, I'm going to beat the shit out of you. You know, I'm not going to beat the shit out of you. Like you're putting on a good face and you're really sticking to your guns on this. But really, and I have a feeling this is with a person, if they said one thing, or if they said, I'm sorry, or they would literally melt you, and they would get right through to that hole. They would get right through to that squishy side. This is funny. So one thing I do see here, you're also kind of being backed into a corner on something. Not this situation in particular, but you've got something that it's literally backing you into a corner, like forcing your hand to make a decision. Okay. Where it sits, it starts around Scorpio and comes over to Aquarius. So there's a lot of movement there. Here's the thing. I don't feel like it's a person in particular. I feel like it's actually the situation itself. So this is kind of the universe forcing your hand with this. I guess this is it's like it's a situation that you've been holding on to for a long time. It's not so much that you're afraid of letting it go. It's that you just don't want to. You just don't want to. But the universe is kind of forcing your hand. And it actually pushes up this situation with this person that all they would have to do is bat their eyes at you, and I think you would break. So I don't know if this is a kid or what, but that's what it feels like, that kind of energy. You also have some interesting things that reach out here. Not only do they reach out toward Aries, but they also reach out toward Cancer, which is a lot of your 19-year-old son. This is a lot of startup energy, a lot of taking the first step, the idea phase, moving forward with something. So be careful in moving forward, because let me back that up. Be careful in moving forward, but don't be careful in planning. So go ahead and plan, but don't take too many steps forward just yet, because it's like the universe is pushing you, and you're going to feel like you have to take these steps really quickly, but you don't. You don't. Just kind of let it happen. Does that make sense? Because what's really interesting, and I'm going to try to hold this up here, but what I see in here, and I'm going to hopefully hold that up where you can see it on YouTube, and you can't. Anyway, you can see it on TikTok, but it's harder to see. Oh, maybe you kind of can. It almost looks like, so it's like you guys know the old cartoons of the sun, like the face in the sun. It's not like cartoony. It's more like the Zodiac cartoon. Does that make sense? So when you're looking at the sun, it has a man's face, but it's winking. Like that's literally what I see right there. Like he's even winking right there. So this being internally, this is why I said to kind of hold off on forcing a decision yet, because the universe is going to make it happen. And seeing this sun here and the wink and me yawning, there's the first yawn. Partially the air is blowing on me, and when it gets cold, when I seeing this sun like that and this wink, it the universe has your back. The universe has your back, girl. So just let things happen naturally. Just let them happen naturally. It's kind of like you've already put your faith in the universe, and that's what's fixing to happen. But yeah, I love the hole there where he could easily be like, Mom, please. And you would go, okay. So I understand. But yeah, that's really cool. I wish it showed up better on YouTube for you. I'm going to try to hold it up and see. There we go. Ah, I got it. Do you see what I'm seeing? I held it up for YouTube. So do you see what I'm seeing? You see the face in the middle? Looks like the old school sun. There you go. So there you go. All right, Miss Christine. I hope that helped a little bit. I have a feeling that you were stressing about trying to make this decision. Am I right? Or you were stressing about making decisions, I should say, not just a decision, but decisions. All right. Well, don't stress too much, love. All right. Let me get Michael's tea setting there. Yeah, apparently TikTok is being a jerk tonight. So, like I said, guys, I'm streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube for a reason. All right. All right, Michael, you ready? Thank you, love. I'll have to look and see what color lipstick this is. It's one of the Maybelline 24-hour wears, and I love it. I love it. So I actually got my cup and the saucer on Amazon. It is the Cup of Destiny, and it is based off of a traditional tea leaf reading cup. So yeah. All right, ready? So I want to show you why I turned the cup around, okay? I want to show you why I turned the cup around. So when I first saw it, it's like this. But you see this little thing up here by the moon? That literally looks like a raven to me. This looks like, it looks like he's sitting up here looking down at something. He also sits right there under your moon. There's actually all kinds of stuff in this. So, Michael, you have either a guide or somebody around you that's sending animal signs continually to you. I have a feeling that you're seeing ravens, you're seeing doves, you're also seeing hummingbirds. And this other one, I can't tell if this is a butterfly or a dragonfly. But you literally have somebody sending animal messages repeatedly. I love tea leaf reading. Y'all have no idea. I could sit and nerd on what tea leaves look like forever. So let me try to show you this. And I know you guys may not see it very well on YouTube. Okay, so you see the raven up there? See the hummingbird right here? And then this right here, I can't tell if this is a butterfly or a dragonfly. But when you look at this, where this raven is, if you look at it from a different angle, it looks like a dove. That's why I said a raven and a dove. What's funny is I have the feeling that they're sending birds in general. And I have a feeling you've probably been overwhelmed with feathers, with birds, with bird signs, etc. So they're trying hardcore to get your attention. Second yawn. They're trying hardcore to get your attention. And being that this sits up here by your moon, and it stretches up by your Mercury as well, they're trying to get you to pay attention to some things in your past, as well as, You're just not talking about it. You're not wanting to deal with it. Because the vast majority of the leaves up here is up here by your emotions and by your really, it's all over your emotional area there. It stretches over to your personal power. So you're trying to keep a very, very hard rein on your shadow self. And you don't want to talk about it. So sorry, I'm calling you out there. Sorry. So let's look, before you get too mad at me, let's look at this one, okay? So I have a couple quick questions for you, Michael. You ready? I have a couple quick questions for you. So I'm going to wait for you to pop up here. But I'm curious, first of all, one of two things. Either have you been in the military or are you of Spanish descent? And I mean like Spain. Or both. I have not done Miss Crystal yet, so you're good. I'm just waiting to see Spanish descent. Okay. The reason I ask is because I was trying to figure out which this was. There's it's kind of like a warrior aspect here, but there is also a bull. Okay. So are you trying to reconnect with your heritage? Because all of the way that this sits and the things I see in here, there's also a whole bunch of snakes in here. And snakes in this instance are rebirth. Okay, I'm going to try to show you what I'm seeing, okay, without messing it up. Well, let me try. Yeah. Okay, well, you can see the snakes pretty well. I'll hold it up so YouTube can see it. You can see the snakes pretty well. There's a little one there. There's one there. There's one up in here. But, and if I tilt this too far, this is probably going to fall. But up here, this is literally a bullhead. So that's why I was asking, because I know there are a couple military units that have that as their mascot. So that's why I was asking. So let me say this, that you reconnecting with your culture, with your ancestors, etc. That's exactly what you need to be doing right now. It's exactly the right path. There's going to be something specific there that you find as you're kind of delving down either your family tree, like DNA wise, or where your family comes from, etc. There's something you're going to find there that is going to absolutely morph who you are into who you need to be. And it's going to shed a lot of the old part of you off, and you literally become someone new. That's really cool. That's really cool, my friend. I mean, the snakes are like, they all go up into it like that. It's really, really cool. Pay attention to these signs, especially these bird signs, because they're overwhelming. And whoever this is trying to lead you with the bird signs, they're going to be helping you with this. They're going to be helping you with that. So now I'm curious, have you been either asking for signs on your path or trying to figure out which way to go? Because this is like super specific. This is like super specific. I'm glad that it's right on. That makes me happy. It's been a while since I've done tea leaf reading, guys. I fucking love them. You have no idea. So if you guys ever come to see me in person, not at an event, because I usually don't do them at events. It's a little messy. Full tea leaf readings take a little bit. They're fun. You get to sit and drink tea with me. We'll chit chat, all the things. So, all right. Miss Lorianne Brown, where are you at, sugar? I love this. I just want to stick my whole face and you're like, this is so good. All right. How are you? Let's get my star right where. Guys, if somebody named the Blue Bodie messaged you saying that they had a message for you or the whatever, that wasn't me, love. I don't have time to reach out to people. And if there was a message so hardcore that it made me reach out to someone, I would just give you the message. So yeah, I don't ever reach out to anybody to ask them to give them a reading. So. Well, I appreciate your opinion there, Jackpot, but that in particular was not Hispanic. As I mentioned, that specifically was Spanish descent, not Hispanic Mexican descent. Miss Lori. So let's start here. Let's start here. All right. So what's up with the pelican? There's a pelican and there's a seal on top of his head. Do you see it? I don't know what the pelican means spiritually, so somebody's going to have to look that up. But what I do find interesting here is that you need to connect with your masculine side a little more. Let me just say that. Let me just say that. Here's why. You're really evenly spread. See up in here how the tea leaves are very evenly spread. I mean, it's not like smooth, but they're pretty evenly spread up in here. But see where this pelican sits right here? There's nothing down here. So this is your masculinity and this is communication. So there's something with your masculine side that's holding back some communication. It's like you're not taking charge enough. But yeah, I have I don't know what the the pelican means spiritually, but I would absolutely look that up, Lori. Because when I saw that immediately, I was like, wow, okay, that's a fucking pelican. All right. So this one, I'm going to hold it up and a little bit sideways because I'm trying to show you guys, see how that's sticking up right there? See it? Like it's super sticking up. There's also a lot of sea and ocean symbolism here too. Like there's a shark here. There's a crescent moon. So here's what I'm looking at. Let me say it this way, because I'm going to try to hold it like this so you can see without moving stuff, okay? This sticks out, but to me, this almost looks like, I'm trying to figure out the best way to say it. It looks like a battleship. It looks like the turrets and the tower on a battleship that stick out, like where the command post is up there. I'm not good on my naval terms for battleship stuff, guys, so don't kill me there. My grandpa is probably beating me spiritually right now because I should know all this. But this is like the battleship heading straight in. Like that's, you're looking straight at it. Like that's what I'm looking at right here. It reaches up toward the Taurus here. And that's where that wedge comes down over the Taurus as well. So this is somebody that's really, really digging their, that's two things. So it's stubborn and it's digging your heels on something. But here's the thing. It's a good reason why you're doing it. So Taurus is actually the middle. That is you sticking in and getting stuff done. And that wedge coming up like that tells me that you're having to make yourself do it. But you're literally plowing through it. The more you're doing it, the more you're making yourself, the more hardcore you're plowing through it. I am curious about all the Aquarius over here because there is a fuck ton of stuff on the Aquarius and the Virgo. I fibbed the Capricorn. Sorry, it was covered up a little bit. But with this Aquarius here, that's where the shark is headed to. So you need to be careful. Whatever this is somebody. This is an aspect of somebody. And it's like they're pulling stuff in to derail this ship. That sounded wrong. To derail the train, to derail what you're doing. So be careful with that person in particular. I don't like the shark there over them. And I don't like the way that this comes down where you're hardcore pushing forward with this aspect here. Like I said, it's stubborn, but it's a good stubborn. It's for a good reason. I don't like this person over here. I don't know what this is. I don't like the shark over it either. I don't like the shark over it either. I said that sounds about right. And I'm so glad somebody pulled up the pelican meaning there. Thank you. So yeah, I don't know who that is, Lori, but I don't like that. Especially when I get to know you guys and you guys are regulars in my lives and I see stuff like that, you become my friends, and then I get mad because then I'm like, somebody fuck with my friends. Oh, you go away. All right. You're welcome, Miss Laura Lou. All righty. Miss Angela Wilson. You ready? Get my plate all ready right there. How are you, love? Jackpot, honey. I appreciate your messages. I am seeing them before you retract them. So one of the cool things about my reads is that I don't plan anything in advance. In fact, if you knew how my day goes, I don't even have the chance to plan my food. I'm just saying you can live off of peanuts and beef jerky, even if Sasshole says you can't. All righty. So Miss Angela, let's have a chat here. Bear's going to growl a little bit, just letting you know. Well, so what's really cool here, and I'm trying to hold it so you can see, there's totally a little salamander right there. Do you see him? He's like crawling down here moonwise. So salamanders are actually representations of the fire element. But other than that, I'm not sure what they stand for. But the fact that that is totally a little salamander right there is crazy. And then this right here, I'm looking at a little bit to see what that is because I see the horns on it. But what's funny is it actually looks like the, you know how when you have a high school or whatever, they have the mascot that's the devil and it has like the pointed chin and the really cartoon, you know, the cartoon beard. Like that's kind of what it looks like. Thank you, Bear. But I also find it interesting that you have pieces all the way up here. So over here on your feminine aspect, see how it comes literally all the way up the cup here. Nobody else has had that. So guys, if I tell you an animal, it's because I see that animal in there and you might look it up what it stands for because there are some that I know, but I don't know all of the animals. I'm just saying. There's no way I'd be able to fit all that in my brain. All right, so let's look here and get a little bit of idea here. Again, you have one piece way up here to the side. So this is almost like you're putting something, it's like you're setting something back, but not a ton. You're hiding something. But don't take that in a bad way because this is like, it's almost like putting back money for a rainy day. And it's not a lot of money, but it's just enough. I don't know how else to explain that. It's just enough. I also see like a reconciliation up here. There's two people reaching for each other. One is reaching harder than the other, but the other is reaching. So I'm going to try to show you what I'm seeing without moving things. There's two people right here. One is reaching more towards the other, but this one's almost falling. But see, they're on very firm ground. They're on very solid ground. The one that's reaching out more is on extremely solid ground. The one that's kind of falling a little bit, they're on solid ground, and it's like the ground is actually pushing them toward the other person. What's funny is when I look at this like this, because this has a lot of height on it. See how high it is? I'm trying to hold it up there on YouTube and stuff. This has a lot of height on it. And it literally looks like Toothless and How to Train Your Dragon. It looks like his head. Like when he pulls his like little horns back, that's what it looks like. So what's up with that? This is a very, very interesting reconciliation between you and someone else. The person reaching out the most is on very, very hardcore, solid ground. Very, very hardcore, solid ground. They're doing the majority of the reaching. The other person is kind of falling. I don't know if they're falling down on their luck, if they're having a hard time in life right now, whatever it is, they're kind of falling. And the universe is trying to push them to the other person, push them towards the other person. So whatever it is you're trying to put back, Angela, I would say keep doing it because I see it growing. And what's funny is I don't really think this is, I don't really feel like this is completely money. It's something specific you're putting back, and it's really hard for you to put it back. And just know that this reconciliation with this person, the universe is on your side, and the universe is trying to push them for this reconciliation. Like they know it needs to happen. They know it needs to happen. They're just, it's like they want to keep falling for some reason. They want to keep falling down. So keep trying to help, keep extending your love, your arms, all of the things for this person. They just, for some reason, are in this I'm not good enough thing, and they just want to keep falling down. But the universe is propping them up and pushing them your way. So just keep on being on the solid ground. Keep on offering them help when you feel that they need it, but you don't have to go out of your way, okay? Because the universe is going to do most of it for you. Just letting you know. I am curious about the toothless, though, because he's sticking his little noggin right up there on the top, and that's exactly what it looks like. It's really funny. So, and I feel bad for this other person because they just keep beating themselves up. They just keep wanting to fall down. So it makes me feel a little bad. Okay, my computer has got to stop doing the shit it's doing. Dragons do offer wisdom. They also are luck and prosperity. All right. Miss Kimberly Rhodes, you ready? Get yours all in here. Oh, yeah, Bear's my dog. Well, Bear's my kid's dog. Let me say that. Woo, I'm going to have to go get my whoopee. It's getting cold. Miss Kimberly, let me grab my whoopee because I'm freezing. Much better. Much better. This is one of my whoopies. Get comfy. It's going to be a doozy, huh? All righty. Wow. Big old frog right there in the middle. Right there in the middle. Yeah, I'm a bit tired of the rain and stuff here. I'm just letting you guys know. So, yeah. So what the cup tells me, aside from the big frog in the middle, is that you're really circling the wagons right now. And this is with you internally. Whoever the Gemini is in your life, they're causing you some issues. Okay. There's a huge anchor here. So you're doing, is he causing you a lot of issues? Because there's a lot of stuff up here on the Gemini that is, yeah. So they're causing you some issues, some grief. Love my boba. You're circling the wagons, love. You're trying to kind of batten down the hatches, ground yourself, get everybody around you grounded, pull in the things. But up here with you specifically, you're circling in all of your things, taking stock of everything. Because there's a pretty good circle. See the circle? There's a pretty good circle there. So the vast majority of it is up here between your feminine and your emotions. But it's a pretty good circle. So you're taking stock of where you are, taking stock of where you're going. Not just that, but I have a feeling that you're counting your blessings and letting go of some shit, because the only place that the circle bends outward a little bit is in the masculine aspect, which is tells me that it's cutting some things off. So that's interesting. Yeah, there's a huge anchor right here. Let's see if I can hold it up so you can see it. Okay, well, maybe it's better this way. And then I fucked it up. So, but yeah, there's a huge anchor. And then there's the Gemini right there. So that's very interesting. That yeah, work gets hard. Work can take a lot of time. I get it, trust me. Well, what I would say, love, especially with all the symbolism here for your dad, is I would reach out and at least talk to him more. Because with the Gemini aspect there, all of the stuff on the Gemini and that being an anchor and you trying to ground yourself and ground everything around you and so on, there's also a lot of symbolism there for him. So yeah, you definitely need to reach out and at least be talking to him a little more, seeing, even if it's just, hey, how you doing? I love you. I miss you. Because caregiver burnout is a humongous thing. It is a humongous thing. It's a humongous thing. So I would make sure that you reach out to him. So yeah. Yay. I'm so glad to see that. Well, I'm curious about the frog there. So the frog is interesting. So make sure you look up what the frog means. Yeah, make sure you look up what the frog means, because that's right in the middle of your circle, of you circling the wagons in. So yeah, you're very welcome, love. And I almost said tell your dad I said hi, but it's not like I know your dad. So he'd be like, what the fuck? But yeah, I'm just like, make sure that you connect with him. Make sure you connect with him, because that's a lot of symbolism there for just him. You know what I mean? So you're welcome, love. Miss Brittany Buttovich. You ready? So I have Brittany, Corey, Kelly, Crystal, Caroline, Jasenia, Susan, and Molly. And let me refresh and make sure I don't have anybody else. Oh, well, then tell him I said hi, because that's exactly what I felt like I needed to say. So tell him I said hi. You're welcome so much. So Twitch is mainly for video games, and I don't really do video games anymore. Some of you guys may or may not know that I used to be a pro gamer. Here's my nerd flag. Y'all want to see my nerd credentials? I used to play World of Warcraft professionally. So, all right. There's my nerd credentials. All right. I'm totally going to eat some beef jerky while I'm doing it. All right. What race and class? I was horde all the way. And I almost always played an undead or a night elf. Not night elf, blood elf. But my main characters were undead. The warlock was my favorite. I started off, that was my very first character, was an undead warlock. And still my main character. I am a DPS all the way. I can't heal for shit. Everybody dies. I'm just letting you know. Just letting you know. So yeah. All right, Miss Brittany. Woo. Okay. I love you guys flying your nerd flags too. It makes me happy. All right. So, Miss Brittany, there's some interesting things in here. They're little music notes. They're little music notes. And then right here, it's hard to see, and I'll hold it up on YouTube too. There's almost a perfect heart right there, but these are music notes. You see them? Like a line of music. And then you have that perfect heart here. This right here to me almost looks like a fish, but this is siphoning something off the fish. But that's interesting. So good. I'm so glad you got it, Brienne. That makes me so happy. Excuse me, eating really rude. Totally polyshoring it. Okay. There was a lot of height to that. See it? Okay. So it is almost all. I'll hold it up so YouTube can see almost all right here. Well, it is all right there. So what's the deal? Have you been having headaches lately? Have you been dizzy, been off kilter? Because all of this is like leading up like this. Not only that, there's so much duality here. I have a feeling that's what's making your head spin. You've got somebody they're telling you one thing and doing something else. Like bam, 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 bam. That's what's got you off. So I don't know where you're at there, Miss Brittany, but I'm trying to watch comments on a couple here. And for some reason, you can't let go of this person. I have a feeling this is somebody family-wise, because this way that this is concentrated up here, there's music notes in this too. What's up with the music notes? Yeah, what's up with the music notes? Girly. Where this fish sits, where I was talking about this fish having something siphon off of it, it's right under your sun. Whoever this person is that whoever this person is that's causing all of this issue, it's like they're siphoning off your personality. They're siphoning off your you. Does that make sense? They're siphoning off you. They're draining you. And at first, I don't think they were doing it on purpose, but now I think they are. I think that they've realized, I don't know if this person's very narcissistic, what's going on, but they've realized that they can do these tiny little things and just fuck you all up. And they're like they're getting a kick out of it. It's weird. They're getting a kick out of it. So, whoever this person is, you need to put some distance between the two of you. Don't talk to them as much. Don't go visit them as much. I don't know who this is, but they're doing a number on you energetically, and they're getting a kick out of this push-pull, push-pull, push-pull. I don't like it. I don't like it. They're getting a kick out of this push-pull. So you've got to get away from it. I'm still curious about the music notes, and I haven't seen you pop up. Let me look over here and see if maybe you're on Facebook. Oh, Facebook. Gotta love it. All right. Well, I was hoping that I would see your comment somewhere, Brittany, honey, but I don't. I don't know what's up with the music notes, but there's 4 here and 4 here. There's 4 in the cup and there's 4 in the cup down here. So whatever that is, the number 4 is important. The music notes are important. So I don't know if that's you representing you or what, because especially in here, they go from your moon and they curve up and go over to your masculinity. Over here, they go from the Aries over to the Leo. So it's a lot of masculine. That's a lot of war. That's a lot of fire. I have a feeling that these music notes are trying to help you in some way. They're trying to push you forward. But love, whoever this person is, please, please, please take a break from them, because they are, she's on Facebook. Okay. They are really, there you are, Miss Brittany. They're really making it to where they're doing a number on you, babe. They're doing a number on you. So I would definitely be taking a break from them and their bullshit. Just saying. I'm just saying. Yay, I'm glad you guys love the vibe. That makes me happy. It's kind of quiet this evening. I don't have music going, so I can hear other things going on. So Alrighty. So let's see who's next on my list here. That would be Corey Sierras. All right, Corey, where are you at, love? Hey, Beth Ann. Hey, Corey, how are you? My star right where it needs to go. Okay. Oh, my cup is chipped. That just means it's been well used, huh? Whoop, I just knocked that off. I saw exactly where it landed, so I'm going to put it right back there. Okay. All right. Corey, you ready? So, here's the thing. Let's talk about the plate first, and then we'll talk about the bowl or the cup. So, on the plate, there's a dinosaur. It's not a specific dinosaur, but it's a dinosaur. That tells me that there is something in the past that you just can't let go of, because what's funny is the head is by Taurus. The tail is down by Capricorn. It's literally just something that you're holding on to and you can't let go of it for some reason. There's also a lot of this that reaches towards Virgo as well. You're so firmly rooted in this past part of you that not only is it starting to cause some problems, but it's starting to mess up your communication. Do you have trust issues? Because the fact that this is something from your past, it's like starting to, over here on the Capricorn aspect, it's starting to disintegrate. It's starting to lessen up a little bit. But up here, looking to see where you're at there. There you are. But being that it's messing with your communication, it's also messing with your personal power a little bit, isn't it? It completely messes with your communication more than it messes with your personal power. I'll show you what I'm seeing here. So here's your communication. See all that right there? Here's your personal power. See how this whips up? So as it messes with your communication, it messes with your personal power. This over here is kind of interesting, though, because there's a pretty good break. I mean, there's even a flat line right there. I'm trying to hold it up so you guys everywhere else can see too. But there's like a flat line right there. And this is a heart. So this is under your emotions. So I think it's interesting that you've got that back. So it tells me that you've been working really, really hard on not only just handling your emotions, but working with them. What's interesting here too is there's a little piece over here on the Cancer and there's a little piece over here on the Aquarius. Ooh, you got a lot of Capricorn tendencies. Like what's funny is even over here by the Capricorn, you have a Capricorn symbol in the tea leaves. This is funny. So I don't know who the Cancer is in your life, and I don't know who the Aquarius is in your life, but they stand like guardians. They literally stand like guardians around you. The Cancer is a little further away guardianship wise than the Aquarius is. The Aquarius is right there. And you actually put up a little bit of a wall with the Aquarius. Your kids. Well, look at this. So look at that little blurb right there, right under the clover, right under the luck. And then there's another thing right there. So you're fixing to enter into a pretty lucky period there, my friend. There's also a piece on the eye as well. Trust your gut. Trust your gut going forward. Completely trust your gut. Because seeing that there's a piece on the eye and there's two pieces on this clover for luck, girl, trust your gut. When opportunities come up or something tells you to do something, do it. Do it. Hello in Australia. How are you? So bottom line, work on that communication. Absolutely trust your gut because you're fixing to enter a really cool lucky period here. And be careful with this wall with the Aquarius. I don't know if this kiddo in particular is kind of testing the waters or whatever, but be careful with that wall because they're feeling that wall. And you don't want to, it's like you're kind of far removed a little bit from the Cancer. I know sometimes the Cancers put up that shell and then you can't get in, but the Aquarius over here, that wall between you and the Aquarius is going to cause problems. So make sure that you're not keeping that wall up for too much longer. And I'm curious about all these Capricorn tendencies. Or are you like a Capricorn, a Cap rising, Cap moon? What is it? Because that's a lot of Capricorn, especially the fact that there's a Capricorn symbol over here by the Capricorn. It's kind of funny. It's kind of comical, girl. So here's the thing here with these things up here by the luck. It's not going to do, it's not going to be some like life changing things. But it's a decent amount. You're an Aries. Okay, so you're a cardinal sign. Capricorn and Aries are both cardinal signs. Okay. And it could be a Capricorn around you. I don't know, but there's a lot of Capricorn energy right there. A lot. So forgive me for asking this, Corey, but are you my doll friend? Are you my doll friend? So you saw your girl up there, yeah? So those of you guys that ask about my doll up there that either like her or whatever, there you go. That is the lady that made her right there, Miss Monster Cherry Dolls. So make sure you follow her because she has some really badass dolls. So there you go, love. She sits right there behind me all the time. I adore her. So there you go. She has a place, literally the place of honor between my Greek water bearers up there. I thought that might be you. Let's see. I'm so into people who have the gift. I've asked you. Oh, I'm sorry, girl. I'm sorry, love. So I come from a family where it's kind of rampant. And then I've had some interesting things happen as I've been on the earth here. So, all righty. I was so happy to read for you, Corey. Oh, hi, Brittany. Yay. So did you go back and listen to yours? You've been trying to get in touch with your personal music. Good. You should. Also, the number 4 was very important in that because there were 4 music notes in the cup and 4 music notes on the plate. So, yeah, that's awesome. All right, Miss Kelly. I am probably going to murder your last name. Kelly Galbraith. I probably just murdered it, didn't I? All right, Kelly, you ready? Let me get my plate all lined up. Smell the tea. Oh, it smells so good. All right, here we go. Woo. All right, Kelly, ready? This is going to call you out, and I just want you to know, don't shoot the messenger. Okay, see the big clump up here by the sun. Then you have clumps up here by your emotion. Then you have all this clumps down here by your communication. I don't know if you've been overly emotional lately or whatever, but I'll bet you've caught yourself word vomiting a lot. But like happy word vomiting. It's not sad. It's not like, here's all this shit. Blah, blah, blah. It's more like blah, 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 blah. So I have a feeling your energy has kind of been a little crazy lately. It's been a lot crazy lately, hasn't it? It's been a lot crazy lately. So let's see why. So what's funny is I'm looking at all this and see this right here, this big piece right here. I'm going to try to turn it so hopefully you guys can see it. It literally looks like a bug. It looks like a, not a locust and not quite a June bug. In a way, it kind of looks like a katydid. You really are coming out of your shell, aren't you? Like you're super coming out of your shell. Not just super coming out of your shell, but man, that explains that. Okay. And you haven't been this way in a while, have you? Something has had you pushed down under the dirt. Like, I don't know if it's just life or what, but there's been a weight that's just pushed you down. And now it's like that weight is starting to lift. So you haven't been this you in a while. And what's interesting is the tea leaves on the plate, it's like pushing all of them up, like lifting you up. Having more moments. Gotcha. Hey, Dawn, how are you? Well, I love that this is pushing you up. I love that it's making you come out of that shell, that it's making you rise above. It's making you be this person again. Because this in here, this is all like super happy, cheerful stuff. And I would bet that your energy has kind of been through the roof and that you're probably annoying people around you because you're like, ah! That's kind of what happens. But I love that this whole humongous chunk right here is under your sun, under you, who you are. There's a third yawn. Whoever was counting my yawns tonight. I also love that under the emotions, it kind of goes like that. So, you know, girl, you're kind of on point. Whatever this level up is that's going on, this right here, you're kind of on point because the emotion sitting under it goes like that. So it tells me that you know when to have your emotions on and when to talk about them and when to not. You're really learning that balance. There's lots of flowers in here too. Who's the rose? Because there's a rose, there's two little rose buds. Bye, Kiwi. I'm glad you got to join us, love. So I don't know who the rose is, love, but I would say that they're really, really helping you in your path, whoever that is. And when I mention it, it makes me like want a happy cry, but sad at the same time. I have a feeling, well, hello in the UK. I have a feeling that this rose is going to start becoming more and more prominent until you figure out who it is. It's somebody that's passed away. It's somebody that's been gone a while. And I don't think they've sent you messages in a while. I think that maybe they used to visit or say hi or something every now and then. And I don't think you've heard from them in a while. And now they're starting to come back in because there's something that they need to help you with. They sit between the communication and the moon, or no, excuse me, between your Mars and your moon. So they sit in between your masculine, your passion, all that stuff, and your shadow side, which also tells me that, oh, gotcha. I'm so sorry, sweetheart. Did she like roses? Because I don't understand the rose, but it's everywhere in here. It's everywhere in here. There's something specifically passion-wise that this person is trying to help you with. But I love that you're coming out of your shell. I love that your energy has changed. I love that. Yeah, I love it. And I'm sorry that you lost her, babe. I'm so sorry. Pay attention for the roses. Ooh, 97. That's fucking crazy. That's fantastic. Oh my goodness. So pay attention to the roses, because I don't know what the roses are, but pay attention to the roses because they're obviously important. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. But I'm proud of you for allowing the universe to push you up to come out of that shell into the super happy you that that you haven't been in a while. So next on my list is Crystal. Having to stir up the big pot of tea over here. Here we go. All righty. All right. So I have Crystal, Caroline, Jasenia, Susan, and Molly. I'm gonna refresh one more time just to make sure. I said your name just as why you did it. Magic. Y'all had no idea I was that psychic, did you? I am literally not. I'm just super connected. I guess that is being psychic. Yeah. All right. All right, Miss Crystal, you ready? Big old wolf head in here. Right between your, literally, right there. Exactly between your moon and your Mars. Mm. Woo, you got all kinds of shit over here. Trying to show you guys all of it. Your rising is Capricorn. Yay. Something shifted there. Well, hi, Zeus's. Miss Crystal, I feel like you're stuck. I feel like you're stuck. So I'm going to kind of try to watch this, but very. So the wolf is interesting. I'm going to start with the cup. The wolf head right between your Mars and your moon is very interesting because that's between your shadow side, the side that you kind of keep, you know, that rules your emotions and so on, and your planet that rules your passion. And the wolf stands for a whole bunch of different things, but being that I see a whole bunch of things in pairs, the wolf in this case is also standing for, well, the wolf in this case is standing for support and the pack around you. You also have a big anvil up here. Look. See it? A big old anvil. It almost looks like there's something trying to hammer. So you're trying to really, really build something, and it's like everything just keeps stopping you for some reason. Okay. So what's funny is, oh, I love that. I love that. So here's what's funny. And I don't want to pick this up too much. You can kind of see on TikTok. These all reach out toward the middle signs. So Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio. These are all signs of getting things done. Scorpio, not so much. Scorpio is a little different, but these are all signs of moving forward to get things done, to knuckle down and move through. This whole being stuck right now is literally a test. It's to see how tough your perseverance is, if you're going to actually push through, or if you're going to just be like, you know what, fuck this, I don't want to do this anymore, I'm out. It is going to be hard to push through because it's like pushing through concrete quicksand. Like, that's the only way I can describe it. It's like pushing forward through concrete quicksand. But there's a huge piece of the tea leaves up here on Taurus. There's also a huge piece on the Aries. That is a lot of energy of pushing, of starting and going forward and making things happen. There's not a lot of ending energy there, so that's good. Let me say it that way. Lots of stuff for my mom's probate. Oh, I'm so sorry, honey. Thank you for the gift, love. Let me just say I'm so sorry. I've been there, done that, and it took mine forever as well. And you feel like you can't grieve all the way. So I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So here's the thing. It's funny. There's also a scissor tail in here. So the only way out is through in this scenario, in this case, and everything that's going on here. Here's what I'm going to say about this. Worry about the things that you can control, because you can't control how fast the court system moves. You can't control how fast the probate itself moves. You can control you. You can control your part in the probate. You can control your aspects of it. And that's really about it. That's really about it. So make sure that you're paying really close attention to this Aquarius energy that's moving you forward, that's pushing you ahead. And pay attention to the Taurus energy as well. Aw. I'm eating beef jerky. It is a healthy dinner. It's protein. Don't tell Sass. So I love that you say you've been focusing more on controlling yourself and letting everything else go. I also love the wolf. I love the wolf there. I'll try to hold it up so you can see it. See him? I love it. That's why I wanted to hold it up. Hopefully you guys on YouTube and Facebook can see the wolf right there. And then there's the two. See all the twos? That's why I love tea leaf reading, guys. That's why I love tea leaf reading. So your son's obviously very important in this. He's obviously very, very important in this. So I would pay attention to anything having to do with him as well. Your mom always said 222, as I pointed out, 222. Well, there you go, love. There's all your messages. So your son is a very, very important part of this process of helping you be you, helping you know that you can control the things you can control, and that's it. And then, yawn number 4. And then the 2s, that's interesting too. I love that you said your mom always said 222. He's very spiritually gifted. I wouldn't be surprised if he sees some things and some stuff. I'm just saying. I wouldn't be surprised. So just pay attention to him. Pay attention to those 2s and just keep going forward, babe. Just keep going forward. So, yeah. Because that's about the only thing you can do. I'm so sorry. Probates are, I understand the need for them, but they're still stupid. And I understand that the court systems are overwhelmed, but it's still stupid. You're welcome so much, honey. Miss Caroline Struber, are you ready? So I have Caroline, Susan, and Molly. I'll refresh one more time just to make sure that I don't have anybody else. Because sometimes this takes a bit to upload. or not upload, to refresh, and it kind of irritates me. What you doing, Zeus? All right. So I've got Miss Caroline, Jasenia, Susan, and Molly. We ready? Yes, you are, Miss Jasenia. Did I not? I didn't say your name, and I'm so sorry. I was like, wait, what? So yes, Miss Caroline, and then you, Sugar, and then Susan, and then Molly. All right. Ready, Caroline? I love the way that your name is spelled. Here we go. Wow. All right, Caroline. You are overthinking everything. All the things. Usually when I do that and I pop, it's everywhere. I'm going to leak tea all over myself. Girl, you're overthinking everything. Holy shit. It also looks like a pig. Do y'all see it? I think there's its cute little nose. There's an eye. It looks like a pig. I don't know what the pig stands for, but holy shit. All right. Girl. Yep, that's totally a pig. It's even got a cute little snout. Because I turned this over and I popped it just like I did for everybody else. So let me guess, your anxiety and everything has been through the roof lately, and you've been miscommunicating things. Let's see. You've had severe issues with communication because see, look, this comes up and down each side, but there's kind of a hole right there. So not only has your communication been all screwed up, but this right here, the overthinking part is really, really bad with the shadow side, which tells me that that's some trauma, some damage that's making you do the overthinking. But let's look at this right here. And there's not a lot, but there's enough. Cancer and Sagittarius. There's a huge chunk up here on Cancer and a chunk down here on Sagittarius, and the rest of it is kind of over here. So what's interesting, and I'll try to hold it where you can see it. So there's the chunk on Cancer. Here's the chunk on Sagittarius. I'm trying not to let that mess this up because right here, so this is how I'm looking at it. There you go. See that hole? See that hole in there? Okay. This is you right here. Okay. This right here is you. I'm not sure what the pig stands for. I've looked it up before, but it's out of my brain. So somebody look up what the pig stands for. But you are overthinking stuff like horribly, horribly bad right now due to past traumas. There you go. Survival, intelligence, bravery, focus. Thank you, Laura. Thank you. You're super overthinking everything right now, sweetie, due to past traumas. I would bet that you probably had a whole bunch of things happen that keeps you on high alert. And so when this part of you pops up, that's where that hyper focus and that overthinking everything comes in, because that's how your survival is. That's how you've learned to navigate situations. So let's talk about this, okay? Because this is different. It's same, but different. Whatever this is over here on the plate, this is an external thing. The cup, the pig, the overthinking, that is an internal thing. There's a huge chunk on the Cancer. There's this chunk over here on Sagittarius. this thing in the middle with the hole. It, in a way, to me, when I'm looking at it this way, and this is the way I always set my plate here, it almost looks like a face talking to these two other things here. A, you're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel with this situation. But B, I'm letting you know that right now, whoever this is you're talking to, the two people involved in the situation, you're talking to your blue in the face, they're not listening. They are not listening. Whoever the Sagittarius is in this scenario, they're absolutely not listening. Like, purposely not listening. They've already made up their mind, and it is what it is. But I will tell you, the Cancer has your back. Whoever the Cancer is, they really have your back. And what's funny is, I want to say the Crab has your back, not the Cancer, the Crab. They have your back. But just know that with these two people, you're talking till you're blue in the face. Like, they're not listening. They're not listening at all. The Sagittarius especially is like, has already checked out and isn't listening in any way, shape, or form. So you're overthinking all of the things because of your own trauma responses. And I understand why you're overthinking them, because you felt like the situation is kind of a no-brainer, yet nobody can see it how you see it. But I do want to say, you're in the right. So let me say that. You're in the right. So yeah, the Crab has your back, love. Stop stressing about talking this situation out with these other two people. So yeah. So I hope that helped a little bit. But the pig was interesting. That's super interesting. Like, I just want to show it to you again because that's pretty cool. Like, that's straight a pig. You can't tell me that's not a pig. Well, let me just say it. You can't convince me that's not a pig. Like, look at it. It's even got a cute little nose. Look. See it? Pig. Okay. You're overthinking everything, girl. But like I said, I see why. That's how you've survived. That's how you've I would bet you probably are super, super empathic and you feel the vibes from everybody. And when the vibes don't match up with what they're saying, you overthink it until it comes out. And I would bet that you're probably very rarely wrong. You're welcome, sweetheart. There we go. I had a whole bunch just stuck on the spoon there. All right. All right, Miss Jasenia. Got yours sitting. Clean off the plate and we'll go. Ah. All right. All right. Miss Jasenia, you ready? Let me make sure I got that. That was from me putting the tea in. All right. All right, girl, you ready? So yours is a little interesting too. This one piece didn't fall out all the way, so I'm actually going to let it. Okay, never mind. I thought it was going to come out when I moved the cup, but it's not. There it was. I'll show you where it was at. I let it come out because otherwise it's going to mess up the other stuff in. So that's why I let it come out. But I will tell you that when it's out right here, it looks like a chili pepper. Looks exactly like a chili pepper. Like it's even got the little stem at the top. I don't know if I can pick it up without it busting, but I'm going to try. Ah! That's a chili pepper. It's like, even see the little stem at the top. So the thing about a chili pepper is, and the fact that it disconnected from the lump down here and started to roll out and then rolled back in, the chili pepper is to inflame something. So that right there tells me that whatever the situation is between you and this here, there's something, an outside force trying to inflame it. And I will tell you, yours is a little similar to Caroline's in that the majority of it stayed in the cup, but you have much more an interesting spread down here. Like I said, the chili pepper, because that's weird. All right. So what I want to show you is there's like a face right there. And here's the thing. Here's who I see here. Literally, well, not literally, but this looks like Medusa to me. So you see the chin, you see the eye, nose, but look at the hair. Look at the snakes up here. So here's the thing, guys. Medusa usually has a bad rap, just like Lilith and so on, but Medusa is actually a protectress of women. So in seeing this right here, this is you being extremely protected. And see how this is pretty much even with all of these tines in the flower that come out. The only one that's a little bit not is right here, and it's right under your masculine a little bit. But this right here is you being extremely protected and very well-rounded in how you're thinking about this situation. And I think that's why this outside force is pushing that inflammation, that chili in there. So let's look at this now. Hi, baby. You got it? So let's look at this. Fuck tons of Sagittarius energy here. That scared the shit out of me. That scared the shit out of me. So there's a ton of Sagittarius energy here. There's also a ton of Aries energy and a ton of Leo energy. And this is a triangle. There's more Sagittarius energy. Let me try to do it this way. There we go. So there's way more Sagittarius energy than the other two. But Sagittarius would be the first. Virgo would be the second. Or not Virgo. Aries would be the second. And Leo would be the third. But you see the triangle? So I don't know who these people are, that this is 3 people in the situation. So let's start with the Aries, even though that's the second, because for some reason I want to talk about the Sagittarius last. So this is not in particular, this has to be an Aries and it has to be a Leo and it has to be a Sagittarius. These are the energies. So you have somebody that's like shoving forward, they're making rash decisions, and they're not looking before they leap. They're just jumping. They're just doing the thing and jumping head first before they really think about things. Then you have this Leo energy over here, and it actually spreads up into the Leo thing. That is somebody that's in it for them. They're in it for them. Then you have the Sagittarius over here. The Sagittarius energy over here is the biggest energy of the 3. The Sagittarius is getting worn down with this situation. And so they're starting to splinter some of this other shit. They're starting to be like, you know what? I don't care. You know what? I don't care. You know what? I don't care. Like they're starting to give away pieces because the other 2 are just on you. They're on the Sagittarius. So you have the one that's like, nope, let's just do this and shove forward. And they're not thinking. And then you have the me. And so the Sagittarius energy here is just like, fine. So I don't know who that is, but they're giving up a lot because these other two are wearing them down. I don't know who the chili pepper is coming from, but that is an outside force that's inflaming the situation. And being that it didn't completely fall out of the cup, but it didn't completely stay in the cup. Does that make sense? I don't think that it is someone you know that's inflaming it. So I would bet it's somebody that one of the either the Aries energy or the Leo energy is talking to about the situation that's inflaming it. Hi, Lady Phoenix. How are you? But again, I want to show you this because the Medusa here tells me that you're extremely, extremely protected in this situation. You do need to take a little more charge as far as oh, I lied a while ago. I said it was your masculine energy. It's not. It's your feminine. You need to take a little more charge with your feminine energy and connect to your divine feminine because that will help you tremendously. So, what's up with this? What's up with this situation? Because that's a little crazy. That's a little crazy. And I really don't like that the Leo has pieces. If I were a betting man, I would say that it's the Leo that's been talking to somebody that's got that chili pepper that's inflaming the Leo to make things worse. So I don't know who that is around you or whatever, but that me energy is about to get a lot worse. So you need to make sure that you're careful in going forward with this situation. Know that you're protected, but yeah. You have a Leo moon. Well, just know that you're protected and moving forward. And here's what I'm going to say. Because I feel like this is a lot of information, a lot of this person does this and that person does this and so on. I have a feeling in a couple of days, this is going to hit you. And you're going to go, that's exactly who this is, and that's exactly who this is, and that's exactly who this is. I have a feeling that these people are going to show you that energy that I spoke of, the rushing forward, the making rash decisions, the me, and the I'm just tired of the shit and I don't want to do it anymore. You're going to see those energies pop up, and you're going to realize who you are in the situation. You're going to realize who the other people are in the situation. And like I said, I have a feeling it's going to pop up and it's going to hit you. And then the chili pepper there is going to make you mad. It's going to make you mad when you see who the people are in the situation. It's going to make you mad. So just letting you know. Just letting you know. But know that you are protected and going forward, love. Know that you're extremely protected and going forward. Okay. So let me see if I can pick up your chili pepper because that's really cool. I don't want to bust it. Ah, squished it. Shit. I'm going to throw it in the trash anyway, but I just didn't want to. So, you're welcome. So, tea leaf readings are a very interesting form of divination in that they usually talk about things that are to come. They can talk about the past. They can talk about past issues, especially the way that I do them with one being you internally and one being some external thing. But traditionally, they talk about what's to come. All right, girlie. What time's your appointment?
9:30.
Okay.
Right after, so I'll probably be about 10:30.
Okay.
And then we'll hit this shit like there ain't no tomorrow because there ain't. My little procrastination self will do the thing.
We'll all do the thing.
Yeah, I need you on part of it. So.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, do you want me to shut this light out?
Nah, I can get it here in just a minute.
Okay. All right, love you. Good night,
love
guys.
you.
On the TikTok.
April says good night on the TikTok and the YouTube
and the YouTube and the Facebook.
And then Zeus is going to go Barky McBarkerson.
I'll see you in the morning.
All right, girlie, be safe.
I will.
All right. There's the Zeus. All right, Miss Susan, you ready? Hey, sir. It's okay. Here we go. Here we go. Well, what's really interesting is, and I'll try to turn it, but this piece right here is actually sticking up. Can you guys see? I'll try to turn it so you guys can see it. See it? It's actually got a piece that's sticking straight up. That's between your communication and your personal power. Now, the piece sticking up does lean over toward the personal power. And directly across from that is your sun. And in the middle, you have two koi, but instead of being the yin yang koi, they're both going like this. So they're out of balance. And this is you, okay? So you have something that's severely out of balance right now. I have a feeling it's probably your feminine and your masculine, because what I'm looking at here is every other aspect has a big piece of tea leaf in it, except your feminine and your masculine. And that's kind of where the koi sit. Okay, so let me show you. So here's the koi. See that they're both like that? But then you have big pieces of stuff on everything except your feminine and your masculine, your Venus and your Mars. So not only is that your feminine and your masculine, that is your love, your romance, and things like that. And it's also your passion, your drive, and so on. So it also tells me that you haven't quite been feeling like your schmexy little self lately. Five yawns. All right. So with this here, I'll try to hold this up so you guys can see it without moving it. This up here, it's not showing up very well, but this is almost a 4. But see how this is all up here on this Gemini energy? It literally is pointing up there. You have one tiny little thing over here on the Capricorn, but it almost looks like a map. Do you see it? It almost looks like a map. Like that's little tiny South America. Here's North America. Yeah. It almost looks like a map. Not quite, but almost. What's weird is that everything is snaking up into that Gemini. You're a Capricorn? Okay. Everything is snaking up into that Gemini. Sweetie, I am so sorry because you just feel all alone. You just feel all alone. This has got to be a Capricorn thing lately. I'm not sure. I probably ought to look up what's going on with the Capricorn placements right now. Because this part over here, this Capricorn way over here, it's totally disconnected from all this. It's totally disconnected from all this. And I'm a Capricorn, and I know another one that both of us have been feeling severely disconnected from friends, from romantic relationships, all of that. Like they're there and the people are all around us, but at the same time, it's like we're disconnected over here. It's just weird. So there's something that's throwing the Cappies off from their feminine and their masculine lately, that balance. But really? 6 yawns. So it makes sense too, because the majority of this chunk is right here in the sun sign, which if you said you're a Capricorn, that would be that right there. So the fact that that looks like a map, and the fact that it is completely disconnected from you, with, you know, the little Capricorn being way over here, it tells me that you feel disconnected from your path. You feel disconnected from the map that you had in your head. So I would bet that probably you had a very interesting layout of where you wanted to go, how you wanted to get there, and you were heading down that path. Because like any good Capricorn, I'm sure that you put a plan in place and you did all the things, you did all the due diligence, and you're moving forward because you're a Capricorn and you're stubborn and you're going to do it whether you like it or not. But something it's like it just erased part of the path. You guys ever seen like the old Alice in Wonderland cartoon where she's in the middle of the forest and she's walking along the path and she comes up on the dog and the dog is erasing the path? Like that's literally what happened. Is like part of the path is erased. Like you can see the other part way up there, but all of this is gone. So let me tell you this, because I really feel this on a deep level, and you and I are totally kindred spirits here with this. There is a shift coming in June. A lot of that is going to be when Saturn goes into retrograde, and a lot of the things that have been pushing the Capricorns forward lately has just dropped everything off. So this Mercury retrograde hit the Cappies pretty hard. I'm not going to lie. And so the third, now I'm hot. Now that I got cold, now I'm hot. The third is when Mercury goes back direct, meaning communication is going to be back right. Everything is going to go the way it's supposed to go. Phones are going to be working better. Computers are going to be working better. But, sweetie, I think that between that and then Saturn going into retrograde and all the karma, there's going to be a major shift for you coming up then. A major shift for you coming up then. Especially because you do have a huge chunk up here in your Saturn, right there. That's a huge chunk, literally right under Saturn. So whoever it is that has kind of pulled you off your path, that has put this wedge in between here, they're going to get some pretty good karma. They're going to get some pretty good karma. You're going to get, and when I say they're going to get some pretty good karma, I mean they're getting the karma train. They're getting the karma train. With this disconnect here, you're going to get the karma that you deserve with it in a good way. So, yeah. Just a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer. Literally next weekend. A week from tomorrow. A week from tomorrow, that is the third. That is when Mercury goes direct. So communication is better. Then Saturn goes into retrograde the next day. So just know that this disconnect and whatever this is that's made you disconnect from your masculine, feminine, your Venus and your Mars is going to shift. Okay. Oh, the clap back. Exactly. You are so welcome, sweetheart. And I'm so sorry that you've been in this boat as well. I'm so sorry. Yeah, this retrograde has really, really messed with us Cappies pretty hardcore. Usually Mercury retrograde is good for me, but it wasn't this time. Mainly because it's been messing with my technology, and I'm not all about that. All righty. So, Molly Mcguire, you are my last one on here. And then don't forget, guys, that tomorrow, huge spiritual awesome, huge spiritual auction. See, fucking Mercury. Oop, that was a little more than I meant to put in there, but oh well, it is what it is. All right. Miss Molly, you about ready? There she is. Hi, Molly. I'm refreshing my list one more time, just to be sure. All right. All righty. Here we go, Miss Molly. All right. So first off, see the let me scroll back up on Facebook so you guys can see here. See the humongous chunk right there that's above that? That means that's a lot of luck, but that's up here. So trust your crown, trust your head, think things through, and look at everything going forward, and you'll really quickly find that you make your own luck, babe. You're really feeling your feminine self lately, because look at all of this right up here under your Venus. Actually looks like a fairy. So you are super, super hardcore feeling yourself, feeling your feminine oats lately. The thing is, though, your masculine's off, your Mars is off a little bit. See, look. See the Mars over here? Okay, so here's why you're having problems with that job offer. See the moon right here? See your shadow side? See all of this kind of up here around it? That tells me that you've got a few things that are popping up telling you that you're not good enough for this, you're not good enough for that, or whatever it is. This right here is causing some really hardcore problems with you trying to decide which one. So first of all, let me just smack your hand and say, stop it. You are completely good enough. Hey, sass. You are always good enough. You are always going to be enough. And stop letting your brain do dumb shit to you. All right. So let's look at this. Because this is a whole bunch of right there. Whole bunch of it. So truthfully, it looks like an arrow down here towards the Sagittarius. There's three, let me see if I can, there we go. 3 huge lumps. Okay. So that tells me that when you're thinking about this job offer, when you're trying to make this decision, there are 3 main aspects you need to look at. There are 2 that are like right in front of your face, just like right there. These are the 2 main things. But the thing is, this third one is kind of up underneath them. So you need to look at all 3 aspects. You also have a snail coming out right here, even has this little antenna sticking up. So take your time. Take your time. I will also tell you the Sagittarius energy here is where all of this is pointing towards. That is really being flashy and really performing and doing the things, looking the part, things like that. The other part over here that it's kind of pointing towards, part of it is the Scorpio energy. No, it's not. I lied. Part of it is the Libra energy. The other part is the Aries energy. The Libra energy is really dealing with emotions, really letting emotions rule. And I think that's kind of what is happening right now. That's the part you need to slow down on and really look at things logically, because that's where that snail sits, is by the Libra. But up here where the Aries energy is, that's kind of pulling down a little bit. So that's letting me know that you are really paying attention to, I can't rush in and make a decision. Just make sure you take your emotions out of it. You know what I mean? Take your emotions out of it. You're going to be happiest where you can perform down here, where you can really, really look the part, be the part. Does that make sense? But I am going to tell you, love, you are enough. You are enough. Stop letting your brain play the dirty tricks on you. So you're very welcome, honey. A lot of us have that problem, especially a lot of us women, because we are always bombarded all the time, whether it is from somebody directly saying something or commercials or TV or whatever. We're bombarded with, we're not good enough. We're not pretty enough. We're not thin enough. We're not this. We're not that. And that's dumb. And it fucks with a lot of women, and I hate it. So that being said, don't let your brain tell you all the bad things, Miss Molly, honey. Okay? Because that's just not cool. That's just not cool. My dread is slipping a little bit. It's itchy. You're welcome. I know y'all wanted to know that. So, with that being said, I'm going to stop here on YouTube, and I hope that you guys on YouTube have a good evening. And the same with